everybody, it's Sarah, and today is gonna be a review that will probably be very short because historically, while I have given almost all of the books by this author 5 stars, I have also, if you look at almost any of my reviews for this author, not by this author, I have struggled a lot with expressing my thoughts and feelings on their books. However, because I love this author so much, I still want to once again try and review this book that I only recently read. And the author and the book is Nivo with her new book, The City of Glass. So this is Nivo's new book. It's her first full-length novel since Siren Queen. Between Siren Queen and this one, she has mostly just published short stories as well as the novellas in the Singing Hills series. And this is her new novel out, although it's still quite short. It's like barely over 200 pages. And it's once again a standalone and also high fantasy. Both of Nivo's previous novels were set in beginning of 20th century America. This one, however, is high fantasy. And it's kind of hard to specify a plot for this story, because while there is something like a plot, the plot is not really what the book is about. But let me still try and somewhat synopsisize this book. This book follows Vitrine, who is a demon. However, while there are demons and angels in the story, basically what demons and angels are kind of opposed, almost more so forces. It's not well, angels do have somewhat biblical characteristics to them. It's not necessarily demons they're not biblical demons. Basically what Vitrine is she is an immortal being, and she has found her home in this city called Azrael, and she has spent the past couple or 300 or so centuries building up this city and loving it. And at the very beginning of the story, angels come and destroy the city. And just after they destroyed it, Vitrine, in her grief, harms one of the angels by using a part of her. And this part of her gets stuck within the angel. Because of that, the angel is cast out by his own kind and returns to Vitrine. And this story is kind of about the dance between the two of them back and forth, while Vitrine spends time rebuilding the city that she has poured so much love into. And not gonna lie, I feel kind of really unhappy with that synopsis of the book, because while yeah, on the surface that is the plot of the story, it feels like it can't fully encompass what the story is about, because it's so hard. Once again, it's so hard to put my hand on what this entire story and this entire book is about. It's just, I'm struggling, okay? I am really struggling very much, but I love this story. I love the Singing Hills, but the Singing Hills is not where Nivo's writing truly shines. That was always in her novels, which is also why I gave all of her novels 5 stars. They are some of the best writing that I have ever read. I love them. I want to reread this book and just have all the moments and the stuff where I loved it. There's this one, I'm gonna try and find it again, but there's this one sentence that I think I also talked about, or I also read in my September wrap-up, because I read this in September. But let's see if I can find it. There, I'll read you the very first paragraph of the book, or the first few sentences of the book, and then that one sentence that I love so much. The very first paragraph and sentence of the book is: "From the topmost tower of the observatory to the floating docks on the beach, the city of Azrael lit up with paper lanterns, with candles, with girls throwing flaming knives and boys in firefly crowns, with passion, with desire, with hatred, and with delight." Just like, such a good first sentence. It's like, it perfectly gives you an example of Niveau's writing, but also like kind of sets the vibes a little bit. And then the other sentence is: "The sword he carried was nothing more than a will sharpened, and death ran after him like a child trying to keep up." I love Niveau's writing because she has such a way, like it's almost like she's painting with words. She paints these images where a lot of times, and it's also like the way that Niveau's world building a lot of times works, is that she uses symbolism and metaphor almost sometimes in a literal way, but sometimes it's not, and it just makes these gorgeous, beautiful images in your mind where it's everything. It's literally everything. I love Niveau's writing so much. So much. If you don't like purple prose, if you like hate flowery writing, if you hate overly symbolic, or not overly symbolic, but like very symbolic and very metaphor heavy writing, then Niveau's writing won't be for you. However, if you love that, it absolutely is. It's like fabulism, magical realism, although this one I wouldn't say is magical realism as much as Siren Queen is, for example. It's everything. And also the characters, you really only have two characters. You have Vitrine, who is our main character, who is the demon, and then you have the angel, who right now I don't even remember if the angel ever really got a name. And Vitrine is our POV character, and Vitrine is someone who cares so deeply, but who also forces herself to care so deeply. There's moments in the story where hundreds of years pass during this story, by the way, between the time that Azrael, the city, is destroyed and Vitrine and the angel spend time building it again. And there's times when, at the very beginning especially, when Vitrine kind of doesn't allow herself to stop being angry and to stop grieving, even though a lot of time has passed already. And all of that is so well written, and the change of dynamic between the angel and Vitrine, which is, yes, antagonistic, but also in a way symbiotic, especially because the angel has a part of Vitrine in himself. It's so well done. It's so good. It's so good. And once again, it's like such a short review. I don't even know what to say anymore except to keep on gushing and gushing and gushing, but I don't think that that would make a good review. So the thing that I will just say is, everyone pick up this book. Also, this is the buddy read for my book club of Queens, Witches and Valkyries in November. I will try to get up this review still at the beginning of this month. It's right now the 3rd of November, but I will try to get up this review in the next week. So just if you want to join, you can join us and just experience the gorgeous, gorgeous writing that Niveaux is, because she's truly one of my all-time favorite authors. Like, no questions asked. And yeah, with that, if you have read this book also, tell me in the comments down below, did you love it as much as I did? If you haven't, did I make you want to read it? Did you even get anything from what I was saying aside from that I love this book? If you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving me a thumbs up and also maybe subscribing. All the links to my social media as well as to my book club, of course, are linked down below, so go and check those out. And I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!